Good morning, folks. We are day 13/14. We have been doing the results of 65 lab runs over the past few days. We have been attempting to complete 65 lab runs with Twice Enchanted. We have now got through the lot of them and we'll hit you with the results. So that's what I've been up to. I've been doing labs, trying to make some currency, seeing what happens. Is Twice Enchanted worth it? Is running the lab worth it? I had 65 lab offerings left and 65 Twice Enchanted that I purchased, and I figured I'm going to run them over the course of the month and the course of the next months and the course of the league. However, what I did was I just smashed that idea out of the park and I decided, you know what, I'm going to do them all as quickly as I can. So here are the results with my little script so I don't go off track and it doesn't bore you. So if you're not here to see some results and you just want to, keep up to date with what's been happening with the build, I haven't done any changes to the build at all. All that's happened is I lab ran and I've got some results for you. So probably won't be making content over the next couple of days because it is Christmas Eve, Christmas and Boxing Day, doing stuff with family. Don't really sort of have the time nor really want to make content over Christmas, to be honest. I like to take a break. Hopefully you appreciate that, and hopefully you all have a good Christmas. Now on to the lab results. Okay, let's just open up the currency tab because that's what we're all here to see, right? That's what we're all here to get excited about. We can go ahead and we can maneuver my face off here. We can put this card here like so and move this text down like here. Then you can see the currency tab. Now this is what's been going on with 65 lab runs, and here is the rundown. So the results: 15 exalts, 2 from boxes, 2 from drops, 3 exalts after selling a 6-link when I used 20 fuses from lab to 6-link the cyclo movement speed, the Brian's something chest. It gives movement speed. Not sure whether I'm going to include that, so if you're really not interested in including a lucky 6-link, let's get rid of these 3 exalts out of the equation. So the results: 15 exalts, 2 from boxes, 2 from drops, 3 from a 6-link. The others came from selling enchants and so on and so forth. So that means 8 exalts came from enchants, but you have to factor in the fact that helmets cost 40 chaos, so you lose a little bit of profit each time you sell. So once you've sold the enchant, you no longer have that helmet and you need to buy another helmet. So on a 1 exalt sale, I'd be losing 40c, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. Sold a few enchants. The most expensive whilst I was labbing in this particular set was arc damage, which I sold for 3 exalts. The gems I focused on basically only really selling the good ones, mainly because I already had a decent bank of currency, and and I didn't need to pick up loads of rubbish gems, and I wanted to get through 65 lab runs. So I've already opened 500 lab boxes, I've then done 70 lab runs, and I've now done 65 more lab runs, right? So I didn't need to pick up transmutes or something like that. So what I did was I just picked up the gems that looked decent. I undercut, when I went to sell them, I undercut all gem prices by 2c. So I could sell them faster because I didn't want to sit and wait about and try to get the correct price. I just wanted to sell them and get the currency locked in for the video. Anything that was 2c, I ended up just vendoring because undercutting 2c by 2c is 0, so I just vendored. So I've ended up with those exalts. I've ended up with 860 chaos from a lot of trades. Yes, a lot of trades. They're all logged up on the trade companion. You can see hundreds and hundreds of trades. I sat and I watched Netflix, I watched films, I listened to albums, I chatted on stream whilst I sold the gems. So you've got to factor in the boring factor when it comes to running lab. I used 40c out of this tab to fund stuff when I was playing my other character, and I didn't have any chaos on my main character, so 40c was taken out. So basically I have 860c in the tabs up there, 40C taken out, so that makes a nice round 900 chaos. That currently, with exalts being 136C, makes 6.6 exalts, roughly at the time of recording. So the current total, 6 exalted orbs spent. The way I've worked this out is as such: 65 lab runs done on a good day, and that's important to factor in, on a good day. That means when I ran these 2 days, they each had 4 puzzles, 4 gauntlets, and 4 shrines, and they were each taking 12 minutes. If you factor that in with 0 break, 0 downtime, that's about 14 hours of labbing, but honestly, it was probably closer to 20 plus. Also, you've got to sit and price everything. You've also got to sit and sell gems. It also took a long time when you factor in all that, and you've got to factor in, was it fun? Was it more fun than mapping? Who knows? Offerings were 3C. That means 195C on offerings. Helmets to buy, I roughly bought about 7 helmets. That's 280 chaos. Twice enchanted, 390 chaos. That means I spent 865 chaos on the runs, or 6 exalts. Returns, I stopped collecting gems under 10% as I didn't think it was worth picking it all up just to vendor for GCPs or whatever, and I didn't really need the currency. Maps that I received were not sold as I've using them for the Atlas. I reckon I got about 20 red maps, the odd unique map. And again, the 3 exalts were from me using 20 fuses and 6 link in a chest, so you might not include that. Now, we've just said the enchants we made about 15 exalts pure, I hate that phrase, but 900C, aka 6 exalts. So we're at 21 and a half exalts, and we spent 6. So we're currently, at the moment, profit 15 exalts. So again, 6 exalts spent, 15 from big sales, enchants, random things like winds of change, stuff that, stuff that sold, other items. And you've got to factor in, I ran lab for 5 leagues now, and I got lucky. I can tell I got lucky because I don't normally hit this many enchants, and I don't normally get this much good shit. So it was a really good lab day, which you've got to factor into. Also got to factor in twice enchanted. Also got to factor in, again, good lab day, and I got lucky. So the profit right now is currently 15 exalts. We also have in this tab all the small amounts of currency. And as I already had a decent bit of currency before I ran these labs, I ran a stricter loot filter, and I only really picked up stuff when I felt like it. Sometimes I'd press Alt and reveal some alterations or some transmutes. Most of the time they were hidden, but this is really what I've got. So if you want to just know the number and you're not interested in anything crazy, 286 chaos worth of stuff on your screen right now, or 2 exalts, 2.1 exalts. So the total of 65 lab runs with twice enchanted was 17 exalts. That's the profit I made, 17 exalts. Was it worth it? Honestly, I think if you mapped for, which I did, 24 hours, that's hours, not like a day. If you played maps for 24 hours with good efficiency in the correct level with a fast build, I think if you mapped or did something similar or bossing or whatever, you've got safe houses which can drop 3 times exalts, 3 times mirrors, you've got upgraded breach stones, you've got scarabs that can drop at 10C a pop. If you did all this, you did the new content, you sold maps on your shape strat, you did elders and go for jewels, I think you could make just as much money, if not more money, than labbing. 17 exalts obviously sounds like a lot of currency, but it takes a long time to actually sell all the gems. Also, I have a way I sell gems whilst I'm playing, so it sort of cuts the time in half. So it's really tedious, but I enjoy the lab. I enjoy the style that I can just chill out, sell some gems, do the odd thing, do a slow full key run. But for this particular exercise, I did just head down, gun it, twice enchanted, full key runs non-stop. That was the aim of the stream, trying to had some people keeping me mentally sane in there. You want to look at the actual stuff above. We have got 519 dual orbs, 57C. 100 alterations, 7C. 240 transmutes, 7C. 64 fuses, 30C. GCPs, 94, 88C. Chromes, 80, 7C. White sextants, 13, 9C. Yellows, 4, 8C. Regals, 5, 3C. Coins, basically nothing. Alchemy orbs, 60 alks, 30C. Whetstones, 120, selling for 9C. Chisels, 56 chisels, selling for roughly 22 to 23C, depending on which way the wind is blowing. Chances, 119 chances for 8C. Val orbs, 11 Val orbs for 9C. Scours, 6C, 24 of them. And regret orbs, 25 is 15C. So once again, just to remind you, 6 exalted orbs spent, roughly there or thereabouts, and maybe that's changed, you don't know, because when I was buying all the twice enchanteds, when I was buying the offerings, an exalt was about 100C, they're now 130C, so maybe I spent 7 or 8 exalts. It really depends, again, how the online PoE trade is happening. 6.6 exalts from gems and other items, you know, vendor and 6 links. Also, I did forget to include divines, which is 5 divine orbs, which I guess is like 50C. So again, the total, roughly, I'd say about 17 exalts. So, you know, I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. I wouldn't do these videos if I didn't enjoy them. I didn't decide to do 65 lab runs because I wanted to make a YouTube video about it. That's the difference, right? I didn't think I'll do 65 lab runs because this will make a good YouTube video. I just happened to want to do 65 lab runs. I think if I was doing a full YouTube video, I'd have probably done 100 or 50. But basically 65 was the number I felt like I could stomach. After 50, I could handle pretty much no more lab, and we got to 65 and I thought, you know what, I'm done. I'm stopping, I'm done. So that is the currency that we made. Roughly about 17 exalts worth of stuff. There's a few more gems to sell. Maybe at best an exalt. In fact, that's a lie. There's probably about 50C. I'm still thinking exalts are kind of cheap, but they're not. They're like 130C. So that is what we made. Those are the 2 tabs. Those are the lab runs. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully you have a good Christmas. If you're enjoying the content and you're enjoying the daily stuff or the, you know, the style of the video or whatever, maybe you're just tuning in because you're bored. If you enjoy it, there's ways to support me. Following is free. Following on Twitter, YouTube, whatever you want to follow me on. You can subscribe with Twitch Prime for free. You can just hang out in Twitch and be a viewer. That's cool. Whatever you want to do, you do it, mate. So there we go. That is the video. Wrapping it up. About 17 exalts. Was it worth it? Who knows? I do feel kind of mentally insane after doing all that lab, and I'm definitely taking a break from doing that lab because I have been labbing non-stop since the league began, and I would actually like to play some content. So there we go.